Gojiberry Terri here today. I'm in Frisco, Texas at my friend Steve / nutritional client / minion / buddy / whatever label you want to put on it. Yeah. And Lila, his daughter, and Sierra, Celery Sierra, and Ginger James and Radish Ryan. Ginger James is my sous chef / intern / nutritional guru, intern, whatever label you want to put on. And Ryan is my videographer, and he does an excellent job with the videos, by the way. Thank you, Ryan. We're going to kosher these today. They're organic apples, and this one is a Lady Alice apple, and this one is a Fiji and a Gala, and we also have some pears, some red Bartlett pears that we're going to use to do our dipping. We're going to make I call it candy fruit dip, and it's very nutritious. You could make a meal out of this, I have. But we're going to do one a little bit different today. This one's going to have coconut butter and hemp hearts, and most people call them hemp seeds, but it's the inside of the cannabis seed. It has omega-3 6s, and once you mix it with coconut, it has, because it's a medium chain omega-9, which comes from fish oils. Now, fish oils we don't want to do anymore because they have become environmentally and, what's the other word I'm looking for, Ryan? Ryan knows this, we talked about it.
Environmentally bad and...
Environmentally and ethically not very safe, because we have Fukushima, we have Chernobyl, we have oil spills in the ocean, so fish are not that real great to eat. So we need our omegas. We need 3, 6, and 9, which is the fish oil, omega. Well, when you mix the coconut oil with the hemp oil, instead of it being a medium chain omega, it becomes a long chain, which gives you the omega-9, the fish oil. So we're getting our fish oils from this recipe as well. Okay? All right, let's get started. Now, first thing we're going to do is James is going to get over here and cut these in little dipping things. And we have different flavor apples, and we have, because we have kind of a mix of Fuji, Gala, and this is Lady Alice. These are my favorite besides Pink Ladies. Okay, now cut them into like this, James. You want to go down the center. These make a lot better for dipping when they're long and skinny, and really they've got to be more crunchy. These are a little bit soft for dipping, but that's okay. We'll handle it. But you want them long and kind of skinny, like slices, like kind of like carrots. Okay, and then we're going to put them in this bowl. All right, and then we're going to, in this bowl, I think we'll use this bowl here, we're going to mix our dip, and we're going to start. Okay, now there's several ways you can do this. If you're total vegan and you don't want honey, I personally am a Beegan. If you want to label me, I'm more of a liquiditarian, fruitator, Beegan. I'm not crazy about labels because that may change. So it has over the years many times. I started off vegetarian, vegan, superfoodist, raw foodist, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm a big believer in honey, but it has to be totally raw or truly raw honey, okay? So you want to get, this one is 100% certified. I have checked into even how they care for their bees. And if you treat the bees properly, the bees give off a lot better quality honey. And the components and the nutrients are also a lot better. So we're gonna use this honey. And you can buy this honey online or through Whole Foods or through most of your health food stores. It's called YS, Organic Bee Farms. I like this honey. It's usually found everywhere. If you can buy it locally, more power to you. I have not been able to find local, true, raw honey. Raw honey will be white and creamy, and the only thing that they do is pick the bees' wings out of this honey. Otherwise, it's not heated, it's not filtered, it's not processed in any way. And they love on their bees. And when you love on your bees, they love back on you. So we're going to start with honey. We're going to put, and you can use instead coconut nectar syrup, maple syrup. I'm gonna use a little bit of all of these because I like them all. But if you don't want honey, these are vegan sweeteners. There's also others. There's stevia, there's, you know, other, whatever sweetener you want to use, you can use. This is my preferred. Okay, so we're gonna put a tablespoon, one. And since we have a lot of people to feed today, normally I put 2 tablespoons. Lila, do you have my recipe book, sweetheart?
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Can you turn it? Can you turn it to the candy? Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. Normally I put 2 tablespoons of raw honey. This is, I'm working on a book, guys. You'll get it eventually. This is part of it. Been working on for 6 years. We're gonna put, because there's quite a few of us we're gonna share today. Normally, just for me, I put 2 tablespoons of raw honey, 3 tablespoons of raw coconut butter. Now here's, we're bringing in the coconut oils to make this a long chain omega-9 when we mix it with the hemp hearts. We're gonna put our hemp hearts in a minute. So I'm putting 3 tablespoons instead of 2 because we're gonna make a little bit more because we got more people. And I'm gonna put 4 tablespoons instead of 3. This is actually a teaspoon, but when you heat pile it, it makes a tablespoon. So we're gonna put 3, there's 3, we're gonna put 4 of cocoa butter, okay? Yummy, yummy. Okay, and then we add, I kind of mix this, mash it together a little bit first, the coconut butter and the honey. Just kind of mash it. You can actually make this. I used to make it when I was off the grid, and it's so easy. You don't have to cook. You don't have to, you know, do anything. And it's like eating a candy bar and also getting all your nutrients from your apples, your vitamin C, from your pears, all your vitamins. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to add the hemp hearts or hemp seeds. And excuse me, I forgot to put this on here because this is part of the recipe. Looks like I forgot to put it on here. Do you have a pen, Lila? I'm going to add the hemp hearts. Okay. I put 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts normally for me. So today we're going to put 4. Okay, because we got extra people, so we're making a little extra. That's our hemp hearts. And then I kind of mash those in with the honey and the cocoa butter, or the coconut butter. Not cocoa, it's not cacao, it's coconut butter. So we're going to mash all that together. Now, sometimes most of the time, I put almond butter. You can eliminate it if you have nut allergies or you just don't want nuts, but today, is everybody okay with almond butter in here? Okay, everybody's okay. So we're going to go ahead and put the almond butter in. And I use 1 large heaping tablespoon of that. So it's really probably about 2 tablespoons. But because we got extra people, we're going to add a little bit more. Okay, and then I kind of cream all that in there. And James, you doing okay over there, buddy? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you need a bigger bowl than this? Looks like it. Okay, well, we'll use our kosher bowl because it's clean now. It's been salted. Okay, there we go. Now, one ingredient that is super, super important, and you can do lots of superfoods. You can put your maca. James we're gonna talk about maca, right, James? Later on, James has studied. He's been studying superfoods, medicine of the future, by David Wolfe, which is one of my favorite gurus, David Avocado Wolfe. And of course, I have very, very many. Norman Walker, lots. I can make lists. Ann Wigmore, she's probably my godmother of gurus, and she's been around since the 50s curing cancer with whole raw foods. Okay, we have maple syrup, we have coconut nectar, and we have fresh ground Madagascar vanilla bean. This is amazing, and this makes the whole recipe phenomenal. I usually put at least a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of this, and I think today we're going to put a half a teaspoon because we may need some more, because I put a tablespoon in my other recipe we're going to do. But we'll put a tablespoon, a little over a teaspoon, excuse me, of this in there. I use Simply Organic, and there's also another one I use, Madagascar. It's from Madagascar as well. I love Madagascar fresh ground vanilla beans. They are really awesome. Now we're also going to use, you don't have to use this, or you can use it in place of the honey. We're going to use a little bit of maple syrup. I love it just because it gives it that mapley, caramely kind of flavor. So we're going to put a tablespoon, a little less than a tablespoon. I usually put about a teaspoon in mine when I'm doing my recipe. Okay, there we go. Now, we're going to mash all that together. You just mash. You're just mashing it. You're just making like a mash. And then after you get it mashed up real good. Also, another one of my favorites that I'll sometimes use, I'm not going to use it today, but is the YS Raw Honey Pomegranate Infused Honey. This stuff's amazing. It's so yummy. We might try a little later on. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little dash of, I use different salts. This one is pink Himalayan. It comes from the mountains, so you get the minerals from the mountains, but sometimes I'll use the Celtic sea salt, and you get the sea minerals, and sometimes I'll use all three. Redmond's Real Salt, which comes from the deep Utah salt mines. So you're getting all the different minerals from all over the world. Okay, so now we've mashed this up real good. This is what it looks like. And we're gonna sample it. We're gonna let everybody take a sample and see what they think. This is just loaded with nutrients. Now, if we wanna add a little more oomph to it, we're gonna add some maca. You don't have to, but the more superfoods you add, the more nutrients and benefits you get. And James is gonna talk about maca here in a little bit. But first, I want Lila's going to read us about some of the benefits of raw honey.